As the regular season's winding down here on Sunday, I'm ready to go all in on the Golden State Warriors with the postseason right around the corner. And I was a little gun shy at first. How would Jimmy Butler being traded to the Warriors really impact this 11 seed and bona fide play-in team? How would the Warriors dig themselves out of this hole in this brutal Western Conference with just Stephen Curry and with just Draymond Green and with Jimmy Butler not at his normal self in the regular season? You could tell that age was definitely hitting him. But now it seems like with having this second score for Golden State, Stephen Curry has been able to have an entirely different floor, an entirely different look to this offense. Brandon Podziemski's been an entirely different player. Draymond Green has been unbelievable on the defensive side of the ball, and there's so many different guys. It seems like they're rising their play now with Jimmy Butler here in Golden State, and I'm ready to go all in on this team. I've seen Stephen Curry in the past, just a few years ago, take that Warriors team all the way to the finals and beat the Boston Celtics in 6 games. I've also seen Jimmy Butler turn into playoff Jimmy when the months of May and June come around. These are 2 certified playoff risers, and that's what you need in the NBA. You need guys that will rise in the postseason when it matters the most. I don't know what to tell you, but if the Houston Rockets match up with the Golden State Warriors in the first round, because if the regular season ended today, I think Golden State has that 7 seed, so they'd have to win that initial play-in game. But if they got Houston in the first round, I think Houston would absolutely get sent packing. And I know there's going to be some fun, bad blood there with Stephen Curry and Ime Udoka and Draymond Green and Şengün, that kind of fun rivalry that they're sparking up that we saw last week. But that's going to be a great series. I think Golden State would have the best player. I was contemplating it there. Maybe the best 2 players on the court, but I'll still give Jalen Green ahead of Jimmy Butler at this point. But just in terms of a playoff riser, I might have to put Jimmy Butler ahead of him. And I believe that superstars are just that much more important when the postseason comes around. And you're telling me that Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler would not absolutely terrify the Houston Rockets, even though they've had a tremendous regular season, even though they have a great record and they're going to have the 2 seed, they'll have home court advantage. I think Steph, playoff Jimmy, that would be really tough for the Houston Rockets. But let's continue to look at the outlook of the Warriors here. Defensively, they don't get enough credit on that end of the floor, in my opinion. And I talked to Steve Kerr about this. This team has had the 3rd best defensive rating since the All-Star break. And Jimmy Butler's been a big part of that as well. What he can do defensively, how he's so strong, how he's able to kind of guard 1 through 4 and take on different matchups in a accept that physicality against different 4s as well. And of course, it starts with Draymond Green. It starts with the Defensive Player of the Year. In my opinion, he's had obviously such an incredible year at his age to be playing at such a high level defensively still. It's really tremendous to watch. And of course, you have this offensive explosion from this team that is now 19-6 with Jimmy Butler in the lineup, that has been one of the best in the NBA since the trade deadline where they made this move. Like, I believe this Warriors team is ready to go on a deep run. I've seen Stephen Curry heat up in the months of April and in the months of May, and that lead him over into the month of June. I saw that in believe it was 2022 when they won the finals. I saw that then, and I'm seeing it right now too. He started this month off with like a 50-point game, 40-point game, 40-point game. Like, he was a flamethrower to start it out, and he had that 3-point game against Houston, but he's going to have that back of his mind the entire series. Guarantee you he's going to light those guys up. But Stephen Curry is heating up at the right time, and you're seeing great contributions from Brandon Podziemski, who's averaging almost 20 points a game over the last 7 games. That's unbelievable. If he can be that 3rd scorer, that bona fide 3rd scorer, where him and Kuminga are kind of taking turns at 3 and 4 for being that number 3 scorer, man, this Warriors team gets even scarier. It gets even scarier. And a thing that I've noticed specifically with this team is Jimmy Butler doesn't have to be this huge score for the Warriors to win. He doesn't have to be this 20, 25 point scorer in order for the Warriors to be successful. You look at Phoenix, and I know that this is probably not the best comparison, but it seems like there's been some games where the chemistry has been developing, where they've been getting more cohesive with each other, with Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, all those guys. But it seems like for Jimmy. There's been times where he hasn't needed to be this perennial offensive threat like he was in Miami, and they can still be successful. Stephen Curry can still do his things. Other guys can still eat just because of the gravitational pull that Jimmy Butler has, in my opinion. It seems like he's really done a good job of not forcing shots, not forcing himself in this situation. Like, hey, I was the number one in Miami. I'm going to take a step back here because we got Stephen Curry and I believe we can go win a championship. And I'm of the same mindset right now. I believe this Golden State Warriors team can absolutely go win a championship. And like I said, I was a little gun shy at first. I needed to see more of a sample size with this Warriors team. I really did. Okay, sure, Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry, they look good together in the regular season, but how is this going to translate into playoffs? They keep winning. They keep getting it done in crunch time. They keep getting it done when it matters the most. And I'm really curious to see where they're going to end up in this whole seeding situation, because I believe you have seeds 3 through 8 that are all separated by like a game, and you still got a few more as the season winds down here on Sunday. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything kind of winds up with Golden State now in the 7th seed with the buzzer beating loss to the San Antonio Spurs. But for Golden State, I'm not worried about any first round matchup that they would get, to be quite honest with you. Obviously, I don't want them to see Oklahoma City in the first round. That would be tough, but I don't anticipate them to make the play-in, first of all. And if they do make the play-in, I don't anticipate them to lose that first game and then get that 8th seed where they've got to go on the road in Oklahoma City. That would be really tough for the Warriors, but I still think it could be a great series. I think that could still go 6 or 7 games because, like I said, it comes down to superstars. I think Stephen Curry, with the season that SGA is having, I think Stephen Curry could push SGA to the brink in terms of being the best player in that series. I really do. I think Steph could absolutely be the best player in that series, but I don't think that Golden State's going to draw that first round matchup. I wouldn't be worried if Golden State saw the Lakers. I know that the Lakers have been really good with Luka Doncic. I know that they've really turned things around. They look great defensively as well. They don't get enough credit on that side of the ball. LeBron, obviously, unbelievable longevity. We all get the drill. I would still take the Warriors in that series. The Denver Nuggets right now seems like they're kind of looking for some extra fuel. As the Joker said, the beast is the most dangerous when it's the most vulnerable. This team is vulnerable right now, man. They really are. Michael Malone just got fired this week, completely unexpected across the entire league. I don't think they have the defensive capabilities and the shooting to match up with Golden State. I'd give the Warriors the advantage there as well. The Clippers have been a hot squad. Give me the Warriors. Like, you can go through all these teams, the Grizzlies, whoever. I take the Warriors over all of them. The only definitive one I couldn't give you is Oklahoma City. But as of right now, I have Golden State as the second best team in the Western Conference. Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler. I don't think I expected this dynamic of a duo between these two. I really didn't. I didn't expect Jimmy Butler as a guy that I thought he's going to be great on ball. He's going to be great with the ball in his hands. What can he do as an off-ball player? He's been tremendous as an off-ball player. Really excited to see what this Warriors team can do down the stretch here. But man, I'm all in on them. This is absolutely a team that can go win a championship. I'm Caden Kubler, and thank you guys for watching.